Today we're going to be talking about the difference between Ripple and Chuck E. Cheese tokens. Stay tuned for more. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Tuesday, February 19th, 2019, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. So, if you guys clicked on this episode, on this video, it's because you guys want to know the difference between Chuck E. Cheese tokens and XRP tokens.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Now, why am I comparing XRP, the Ripple network, but the XRP token, okay, to Chuck E. Cheese tokens? Well, simply because the reality is because a Chuck E. Cheese token has a lot more value than an XRP token. If you don't believe me, ask any, kid, period, that's ever heard of a Chuck E. Cheese. As a matter of fact, have you ever bought a Chuck E. Cheese token? I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese since like fucking 30 years, all right, honestly. But as far as I remember, those Chuck E. Cheese tokens are probably 25 cents, $1, I guess. Aren't those tokens like worth a quarter? Look, the point is you can trade in, you can use those tokens, to actually earn a bunch of little coupons, and eventually you can earn yourself one of these guys, okay? So right then and there. Plus they provide entertainment, plus they provide a bunch of stuff. But let's really get to the nitty gritty, okay? That's not what you guys tuned in here for. Let's compare the two real quick, okay? So what is Chuck E. Cheese tokens? Chuck E. Cheese tokens are just these this currency that was created by Mr. Chuck E. Cheese himself in order for people to purchase things within the Chuck E. Cheese network. So for example, you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you buy a bunch of tokens, and then you use these tokens to buy stuff and to use it to buy whether it's pizza or video games or what have you, and then eventually you can trade the token usage for these little coupons, the little red coupons that we all know about, and then eventually if you get like 7 billion of those little coupons, then you can afford a horse. Usually what they give you is something like this, though, you know what I mean? You accrue like 7 billion tokens, and then you usually get like something like this. Now, if you get 7 billion and 1 tokens, that's when you usually get that. You already know. I'm just trying to make a joke, but you get it. Now, why am I comparing this to XRP? Well, again, as you guys can see plainly, just from that small little description I gave you there, there's actual usage. There's a use case for these Chuck E. Cheese tokens. And look, if you really want to look at it, if you really want to look at this, these Chuck E. Cheese tokens have been around for fucking decades. This whole ecosystem has been working pretty well for a long ass fucking time. Okay? Now, what is XRP? What is that JP Morgan coin? If you guys don't know what a JP Morgan coin is, or anything about this news yet, literally JP Morgan, the bank, and Jamie Dimon, which is the guy that runs the bank of JP Morgan, the CEO. In late 2017, he was saying how Bitcoin is a scam, it's a fraud, it's a bullshit. He was talking crap about Bitcoin all the way through. Then, like a few months ago, he started changing his tune. Maybe Bitcoin isn't so bad. And then before you know it, bam! You know what I mean? Like he's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna create my own coin. Again, like there's plenty of people within our space that have done this. If you guys are OGs and have been in this space for a long time, I don't gotta go through the list. We already know who all these individuals are. Like again, just like someone like a Craig Wright, where he just came out with Bitcoin SV, scam vision, or whatever. And so on, or someone like Roger Ver with Bitcoin Cash, and so on and so forth. And again, we have plenty of people and characters in this space. This video is mainly just to educate more people out there that really don't know too much about a lot of these things. And again, there's a lot of you guys out here that do know a lot of stuff. So again, this is just to, give everyone a fresh perspective on all this stuff. Now, as we talked about on last episode for the newbies as to what a blockchain is and what this new technology is, well, XRP does not follow that protocol. So for example, what makes Bitcoin so awesome is the fact that it's on this thing called a blockchain. XRP tells its investors and tells the people that it is on a blockchain. But when you're looking at the technical aspects of it, it's not a blockchain at all.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
That's the way I'm looking at XRP. Now, XRP, and first of all, it's a Ripple network and XRP is the token. But if you listen to anyone within the XRP community, they will wholeheartedly tell you that what XRP is a token. It's a currency. It's a token of value in which banks can transfer value. So right now, the problem that we have with the banking system, another reason why Bitcoin is so important and awesome is because, for example, let's say I want to send $1 million from here to China, from Mexico to China, or the US to Russia, or India to South America. It doesn't matter. If I want to use a banking system, first of all, I gotta have a bank. Second of all, I gotta go through all this KYC. What is KYC? It's know your customer. What is that? I gotta provide a passport, a license. I gotta provide all of this information. And the more money I want to send, or the more transactions I want to do, the more I gotta prove. And again, if I'm trying to send $1 million, first of all, the one question they're gonna ask you at the bank is like, where'd you get this $1 million? Who are you sending this money to? Why are you sending this money? Oh, and then first of all, once you answer all those questions, assuming you get approved, because most likely they'll, again, call the cops on your ass again, all right? But most likely what's gonna happen is that once you do get approved, then they'll be like, okay, no problem, so you're gonna send $1 million, and then when the money gets over there to the other side of the world, all of a sudden that guy's like, hey, you said you were gonna send me $1 million, how come I only have $950,000 here? Where's the other 50 grand? And then the bank's like, oh, sorry, we had to, we just took a little bit off the top. So that's that. Now, again, if you're using cryptocurrency, anything like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, you name it, you can actually send $1 million like that. Hold on. Like that, and there's no fees. A few dollars here or there. And it's totally anonymous, depending on the coin that you use, and even if it's not anonymous, no government entity can stop it, nothing can stop it. You can move and transfer funds back and forth. Now, what the Ripple network and XRP are promising to do is that they're promising you, the user, the customer, that you will be able to send money across the world, okay, with the same speed as Bitcoin. Because again, a lot of people complain about Bitcoin being slow, but again, even if you're just sending $1,000 from one point of the world to another, it takes days to get there. Unless you use a money transfer system, unless you use other intermediaries in order to get that money there quickly, which again costs you even more money, more fees, more everything. So what Ripple XRP is trying to do is that they're trying to create this ecosystem, which is the Ripple ecosystem, and they're giving this XRP token so that the banks can use, so that they can transfer all your money. But again, once it gets to the point where you're going to the bank and you want to send a large amount of money from one end to the other, they're still going to be doing the KYC stuff. They're going to be like, okay, well, where'd you get this money? Who are you sending it to? Blah, blah, blah. And again, most of the time, you're not going to be able to send it because you're not going to meet the requirements, and they're going to, again, most likely arrest you.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Again, I know I exaggerate a lot, but not really. You guys know that depending on where you are and what's going on, they don't want you to do certain things.
They don't want you to swim. They don't want you to have lunch by the pool. So I'm going to swim and have lunch by the pool. They don't want you to have a luxury life. The key is to have a luxury breakfast. I promise you one thing on everything I love. They don't want you to have stars in the roof. They don't want you to have stars in the roof, so I got stars in the roof.
If we're looking at it, Chuck E. Cheese has more validity to it, literally, and it has a larger track record, and so on and so forth. And at least they're promising, what, you know, they're not lying to you on the promise as to what they're doing with their product and their tokens and their ecosystem. But when you look at XRP and Ripple, they're doing the complete opposite. You know, they're just lying to you straight through their teeth. Now, they are a banker coin, so in their mind, they're like, well, we're just doing like all the other banks do. You know, they're lying. You know, if you know anything about the banking system and banks in general, they are the biggest Ponzi scheme on planet Earth, the biggest Ponzi scheme that us humans have ever encountered or been through. And with that being said, when JP Morgan came out last week and said, we're going to create our own coin, our own value system, our own Chuck E. Cheese network. I mean, again, anyone that's within the Ripple space or world, they were, you know, they were on suicide watch, like I was saying. You know, they were having massive heart attacks. They were going through all this stuff. Now, again, I was getting a lot of hate from the Ripple people, obviously, because they still don't, they're in denial. They still don't understand or see what's going on. But you know, now to like kind of like interject a little bit here and move on to a similar topic in the same realm. When it comes to like the whole crypto space as a whole, you know, this is why most of us in the space literally say all the time that 99 to 95% of all these coins and tokens are not going to exist, and they're all shit coins, and they don't really belong within this ecosystem because they all are just literally not solving the problems that we need solved, but they're just using these names, you know, like Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, decentralization, and so on, all these buzzwords in order to create something so that they can just take money from your pocket, all right, so that you think that you're going to be, you know, a lot of people think that they're investing in these massive projects that are going to change the world, and they don't look into what they're investing their money into, and they lose it. Look, I got a question asked yesterday, literally, which I don't know if it was true or not, but I hope it wasn't. I hope it was a troll, but I don't know. But someone literally asked me, hey, I know somebody that invested $1,000 in a blockchain stock. Is that real? Is that true? So it's like, that's why, you know, like I'm starting to make a lot more of these videos, because I'm starting to realize that there's a lot of people, even the ones that do know, they don't know, and the ones that, and then there's everyone else, you know. So there's like maybe a tiny fraction of the population that knows a lot of this stuff, but almost everyone in the population doesn't know anything about this new technology and this and everything, this new paradigm that we're moving into. So, you know, now just to come full circle real quick, you know, as soon as JP Morgan said, hey, we're going to come out with our own coin, that signaled to all the other banks, hey, now every bank is going to be making their own coin. And if every bank is going to be making their own coin, and if you just know a little itty bitty bit about the blockchain, cryptocurrency, atomic swaps, lightning network, all this stuff, it's like, well, yeah, then what the hell do you need Ripple XRP for? You know, if I was a bank, I'd be creating my own coin. What the hell am I going to use this fucking thing for? Right, exactly. So XRP Ripple's dead in the water, and this is just the beginning of that. Now, again, if you've been in this space for a while, you've seen a lot of projects come and go, literally. You're watching other projects, you know, that had come and now they're going. You know, Ripple XRP is on its deathbed. You know, something like an Ethereum is slowly dwindling away, while something like EOS is something that's majorly blowing up. But why? It's because Ethereum promised all this stuff, and now we're here years later and we have barely nothing. EOS promised just about the same stuff, and in just a fraction amount of the time, they were not only have they delivered, but they've really delivered. Okay, and they're the ones that are really taking us to, you know, the 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 version of everything we are doing within the crypto space. EOS is a major project. I'm going to be doing a video on that soon, so that you guys can educate yourself a little more on that. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm going to wrap this episode up. But again, see, I go long. That's why I'm trying to make them short. But at the end of the day, guys, all I'm making this episode for is just to keep your eyes open on everything, and just so that you can understand that this is a new world that we're all embarking on, and it's changing quicker than you can blink. Okay? Seriously. And again, what makes this space so awesome is the fact that, again, look how the bank literally said, hey, you know what, fuck Ripple, we're gonna make our own coin. Well, it's the same thing with us, you know what I mean? Like right now, we're all saying, well, forget fiat, you know, forget the US dollar, forget the peso, forget the euro, forget all these things. We're gonna make our own currency. And that whole thing. And so now it's like this fight. We're all like, not a fight, it's like this race. And we're all trying to race towards that one common goal. You know, the banksters, the people in government, us, the people here, and everyone, we're all like literally racing to see who can get there first. All right? But if you know anything about history, you know that we the people are gonna win this. But we gotta put the work in. We gotta literally get in on the trenches and literally get to work.
If you're pumped with your life and you're good and you're not complaining, do you. Like, don't work at all. I don't give a fuck. This message is for the people like, oh, I don't have time, I don't have money, woe is me. Here's my thing, stop watching entire seasons of House of Cards, because if you're complaining and I audit you, I promise you, I will find 4 hours that you're not doing jack shit. You're playing mobile games, you. Literally, like really? Like you've got time for Angry Birds and you're complaining? Get the out of here.
Okay, it's not going to be an easy fight, but we have everything on our side for us to win this fight. Okay, but it's going to be a major revolution that's happening right in front of our eyes. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to give a big shout out to all my patrons, shout out to all my contributors, shout out to everyone out there. Thank you for helping me support this show, support this program. Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing. I'm very humbled every single day, more and more. And I just love you guys. You guys are the best. Seriously. Tomorrow morning, by the way, quick one. I'm sorry about last night. I wasn't able to show up on Discord. I literally had a date last minute, so yeah, hey, it happens. I mean, on Twitch and Bit.tube, but hey, whatever. I'll be there Thursday, and I'll be there tomorrow morning. I'll be on YouTube live streaming tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So I'll see you guys there tomorrow. If you have any questions, any comments, anything, hey, write them down, get ready, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll talk about all this and so on and so forth. Please, let's open up this discussion, okay? I am just wanting to really talk about all the nitty-gritty about everything that's happening within this space. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to tell you guys the truth, 100% unfiltered, okay? So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon. All right? I post videos every day. I want to make sure you guys get them. And the last thing I'm going to say is enjoy your Tacos Tuesday and stay awesome. Peace.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it, that's maybe the most important thing.